This the chopper power. 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 This the chopper.
Yo! How you on, Fat Man? And this is the Chopper Power. Man, it's exclusive.
What's up, bro?
I want to say thank you first, man, for allowing me the opportunity, man.
Come on, man.
Man, look here, I've been looking forward to this day, but I've been counting it down, man.
And listen, you know, we've been down a long time. I love what you're doing on your platform.
Thank you.
You know, I see the numbers in the thousands, the followers and everything.
It's moving.
And I always love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And when we started the taping of the Trick Daddy cooking show,
yes, sir.
I think you came through a second episode, so you've been supporting since day one of the show. You know, and we doing pretty good over there. But I know we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into it, man. It's a pleasure, man, having an opportunity to sit with you, man, or a seasoned guy like yourself, man.
Oh, come on now.
You seasoned, man. You know what I mean? Good collard greens, man. Been marinating, man.
Appreciate that.
Man, I can't wait to tap your brain.
Yeah. So,
man, Antoine, let me start here, man. Where you from originally, brother?
Pretty much born and raised in Miami, Florida, particularly Perrine, Florida. Born and raised, that's where I grew up. You know, and you know, I love that little community right there. That you know, I'm born in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s.
Okay.
When it was a war zone in that part of town, and I was fortunate to have a grounded family. Grew up in a nice home. Grew up with my uncles, my father, my grandmother, and they instilled some values in me. And you know, I'm here today to talk about it because of my family and because of my community and the friends I grew up with too.
Beautiful thing, man. We're gonna get right to it. So, did you go to film school?
Went to film school. I graduated high school in the mid '90s. Went to Miami South Ridge Senior High. Best school in Dade County, best high school in Dade County. You know what I'm saying? You know, state champions, 91.
Okay.
I think 92, 93, 94. You know, big shout out, you know, to my homeboy Cedric Irvin. That's my little boys from the bottom.
Okay.
Co-host, and you know, big shout out to all the Davis brothers. That was the running backs them 4 years I was out there. But I went to film school. I started film school. I took a year off. I worked. Went to film school in '97. The name of my college was called International Fine Arts College. It was in downtown Miami.
Okay.
And it changed. The Art Institute took over my school halfway through my tenure there, and they changed the name to Miami International University of Arts and Design. I graduated in 2001, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's a small college, but man, they act like they're University of Miami over there.
Hey, man,
what it is, I mean, they taught us a lot. They charged a lot, but I'm gonna tell you something. Some of my most knowledgeable things I learned on the set, but I learned a lot from my college days too. My instructors, they were movie guys who actually shot movies and directed movies, and these people brought in like the best people to teach.
Wow.
You know, these young minds at the time I was going to school.
Right. How old were you back then?
What?
When you was at school?
Oh man, I went to college. Shit, I was 20 years old.
20 years old.
Yeah, my first year, cause I graduated when I was 18 years old. Took about a year off.
Okay.
And I didn't start in the fall when I was 19. I started the following January of '97, and I was like about 20 years old.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, '97, and you know, I had good 4 years of school, and a lot of the filmmakers I went to class with during those 4 years of school, they're making movies now. They're making commercials. They're actors now. Wow. They're directors. So we had a good class of students when I started high school. Film school in '97.
Right. Yeah. Let me ask you. So what made you want to get into that though? Was somebody nudge you or what?
I'm gonna tell you something. Good question. Like I say, you know, my parents, you know, they were some wild people. You know, my dad. My mom was like 18 years old when she had me, and my dad was like, you know, in his 20s. And they both love a good time, and they used to take me to the movies. Now remember, you know, I'm born in the late 70s. They took me to see R-rated movies when I was 3, 4 years old. I mean, I remember think Bustin' Loose, Richard Pryor movie, came out in 1980.
Right.
And remember, 80, I'm probably about 3.5, 4 years old, maybe 4.5 years old. And I remember going to see Bustin' Loose. Like, I'm in an R-rated movie with my parents, and I'm the baby.
Damn.
And I remember going to see all the Richard Pryor movies, and I just grew up around the cable TV era. Everybody knew in the early 80s, you had On TV, and you had, you know, cable, them old big square cable boxes. I had HBO. I grew up when cable was just kicking in, so I was lucky. And I just used to watch movies. Like, I love movies. I love R-rated movies. I love watching the Playboy Channel in the early 80s when my parents go to sleep. Shout out to Electric Blue. You got me through a lot of nights.
Showtime. Showtime, man. That's what I was.
So I fell in love with movies early in my life.
Early in your life.
Thanks to my parents.
It's almost like it was a calling, bro.
It definitely was a calling. Like, definitely was a calling.
You're doing that at such a high level, bro.
Yep.
How long you been doing it to this day? Well, that's 30 years at least, huh?
Listen, professionally, I've been directing. I say professionally, getting paid for it. I've been doing this since about 2002. Getting paid. So I'm about 20 years in the game as a professional, but I've been in the film industry officially since '97. When I started film school in '97, I took a lot of internships where I interned on a lot of music videos. And in fact, one of the videos I interned on and that I'm in, if you look closely, Will Smith, Welcome to Miami video. Okay. When I was in film school, a group of my classmates, we took an internship on that music video. We shot that September 1998. I remember Labor Day weekend. Damn. They probably spent about $2 million on that one 4-minute music video.
Wow.
And I was in charge of driving Will Smith around. Well, he was a 3-day movie shoot, video shoot. Part of my job was we had 2 SUVs. My job was we had to go pick him up from the airport. He landed in Opelika Airport.
Okay.
Him and Jada. And it's funny because Jada had just had Jaded.
Right.
That's the they only got like one son together.
Right. One son.
Yeah, they had the Jada together. Listen, she had this boy like in his arms as a baby. So when I watched this kid on TV or doing his music, whatever he's doing in life, I was like, yo, I knew you was a little baby. I saw you was a little baby, but I was his driver for a couple of days. Down from the airport, doing the video shoot. I was just assigned to be like next to him. It's a newspaper clipping, which if I find, I'll give it to you so you can use it in the piece. I'm in the newspaper holding the umbrella over Will's head.
Damn.
You know, keeping the sun rays from him doing the video shoot.
Right.
It was in the Miami Herald. I got it at home. I'm gonna get it to you.
All right, man. And, appreciate that.
So
man.
yeah, so that was my day. You know, since '97 I've been doing so about 24 years.
Damn, man.
Since '97.
It's a long run, bro.
Yep.
It's a long run. So being in that particular realm, man, how difficult is it, man? So you're a producer. Or director?
I'm producer and director. Sometimes screenwriter.
What's a director and what's a producer?
Well, pretty much a producer is in charge of putting the full production together. So you was hiring me for a music video, and I'm the producer, and you want cars, you want girls, you want houses. Instead of you going to get that, I'm your producer. I go book the house. Okay. I go look at 20 houses for you, show you the pictures, you pick the best one. I go get the 20 girl pictures for you to pick out the models you want. I go get the cars, pictures of the cars that you want to use for the video, pick them out. That's my job. I book it. I take the money you give, book those things, so we can have the location for your video, the girls, and the cars. And that's kind of what a producer does.
Okay.
And he hires the crew.
Right. Okay. Now slash director.
Now director's in charge of making the vision come to life. Now before you get to that part to the producer where you give him the budget to go get the house, get the cars, get the girls, you have to first come up with the concept. That's where I come in at. I help craft the concept as a director. Then once you approve the concept, approve the budget, I'm in charge of when we get to location, I'm in charge of bringing what we had on paper to life.
Okay.
So we supposed to blow up 10 cars. It's my job to shoot them 10 cars blowing up from the best angles I know from my skills.
Damn, man.
So
you have to bring all the people into play to be able to do all those things.
All of that. And the director got to be ready. Just, it's not just, what a director does or what's a director, but also a director, aside from the stuff that he does physically on set, director got to have vision. Like, you got to be able to translate what's written on paper and bring it to life. And that's not always easy. Like,
right.
If somebody say, they write, I want 2 cars exploding, but you just can't put a camera in the corner of the room and just go hard. You have to know what's the best angle. You have to know that.
Right.
What is the best angles to capture this explosion?
Right.
And that's an example part of the director's job is as well. He got to be creative. He has to be knowledgeable of the art of filmmaking.
No doubt about it. So you learn a lot of that on the fly. What the directions, shot directions, and things of that nature. That ain't something you can learn in school, is it?
I'm gonna tell you something. That's a good question. Right now, it was no YouTube when I was going to film school.
Right.
Right now, do you need film school? Not really. You can learn everything on YouTube right now, and the best education I had, aside from what I learned in school, was being on the set. Like I said, even when I was a little intern, just being on the set, watching other directors do what they do, taught me a lot. Like, one of the best directors in our industry, one of the pioneers in our industry, is a director named Hype Williams.
Hype Williams.
Of course, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Hype Williams.
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott,
yeah.
Nas. He directed all the Notorious B.I.G. movies, music videos. He set the standard of how music videos should be shot. They should be colorful. They should be cinematic. You should be using super 35mm film at the time instead of using regular 35mm film. You should be using saturated colors instead of dull colors that directors were doing at that time.
Right.
And
wow, man.
So I look up to Hype Williams.
No doubt about it, man. Y'all friends?
I only worked with him one time, actually 2 times. I worked with him on when the FUBU guys had a record out back in 01, 02.
Okay.
They had a record out, compilation album with all the rappers, the FUBU, when FUBU was big in 02. I worked on that video, Fatty Girl. That was the name of the track.
I remember the track.
And my first time working with Hype was in December '98. We worked on the 112 Anywhere video, featuring Lil Zane.
Right.
Anywhere, and that, working with 112, Hype Williams, big budget video.
Wow.
That was insane.
Man, you pretty much met a lot of people, man, along the journey, man.
Absolutely.
Wow, man. I want to get the bitch I got my pots, man.
Oh, man.
How did that come to be, man? And where did it start before that, before the opportunity to work with Trick, man? I'm sure it go way back.
Oh, man. I'm going to tell you. Listen, Corey, CEO, Corey Evans, I've been knowing Corey since I started at Seven Side Records as an intern back in '98. And he was already an artist on the label. He came to me, it's 2022, he came to me maybe end of 2020.
Okay.
During the pandemic about, hey, let's do, I want to do this cooking show and I'm going to build this TV studio when we do this show. And I was like, yeah, because everybody always comes to you and say they're going to do something, and then 6 months later it's not happening.
Right.
So I said, when you're ready, come get me.
Right.
And he hit me all through 2021, saying, you know what, Twan, I'm almost ready, I'm ready. And then finally, end of 2021, he was like, Twan, we ready to shoot January of this year. And all I know is the Trick was signed on.
Okay.
He had the studio ready, and he was asking me for dates. And I came to the studio, seen that it was ready for production. We sat down, had a conversation, and you know what? We said, okay, our target date gonna be the end of January.
Right.
And we pretty much did a walkthrough the end of January, a little test run, and our first show was taped, I think, February the 7th of this year.
Y'all kicking them out now.
Yeah, and at the time of this recording, we're about 25 shows in.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
25 shows in.
How often y'all shoot?
We shoot, at the moment, we shoot once a week, every Tuesday, up in Oakland Park, which is a section of Fort Lauderdale. And pretty much we pump out a show each week, one show a week.
Wow, man. Your camera crew, I had the opportunity to meet those guys when I was on the set, man.
Oh, yeah.
Did you been working with those guys a long time?
Most of them, most of those guys have been with me for years.
Okay.
Been with me is the older guy with the beard is Lenny. He runs a company called L Media, and he provides our cameras and our lights and our sound equipment. And him and I have been working together for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 20 years in the game. And a lot of these cats, the other part of my crew, my other camera guys and my art director that dresses up the set, they've been with me at least 5 years.
Right.
or more. And these are guys that came right out of film school.
Man.
And they just like, yo, could I come work for you, come intern?
Right.
And they came, killed it, and I kept them with me, and we were a nice little unit right
No
now.
doubt. The set. So you had hands on designing the set as well.
Initially, Corey and them just kind of had the set basic, but
Okay.
then when I came on board, I said, look, I got an art director that can come in. We used the guy that I knew. He came in, and with a little small budget, he came in and dressed the set, and it was a good job.
I thought so.
But then I brought in a young lady that worked with me on the Kimani Marley movie that we did last year, Vendetta, coming real soon. And named Carolina Martinez. She goes by Caro.
I met her.
Yeah, you met her.
Yeah, I met her.
And she came in and redesigned that set, and it's what you see today.
It's dope.
And it's dope. Even Timbaland, the legendary producer Timbaland,
I saw y'all have
came
on the
by.
show.
He was on his show saying how great he loved our set and how it took him back. So big shouts to Carolina, Caro.
Yeah.
And,
He did a hell of a job.
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
really did. I like the records on the wall, man. That's pretty damn dope, man. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Kind of give you a 70s vibe a little bit.
Yeah, you know
You know what I mean? Pretty damn dope, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speak about this movie you talking about coming up, man, since you threw that out there. What is it, Markham Molly? What was the name of it just now?
Vendetta.
Vendetta.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah, so pretty much last year in 2021, I had we did April of 2021. We did a film called Cuzzo. A little small, little urban drama we did down south. And doing the post production from that, I got a call from I have a mutual friend with Kimani Marley, and I mean Kimani and I 17 years ago.
Bar Marley family.
Yeah. Bar Marley. Big shout out to my homeboy Kimani. Yeah, we met about 17 years ago. I met him at my house. I was doing some business with some friends of his, and Kimani happened to be with them when they came by my house.
Right.
And that's how we met. So we stayed in touch sparingly during the last 17 years up until last year, where we, pretty much talk every day. But he hit me up in early January saying he had did some music video with the Vendetta concept.
Right.
It was about, about this whole kidnapping thing or whatever, and he wanted to turn it into a movie. So reached out to me. We met up in February, talked about the project. He already had the script halfway done.
Right.
March, we did the deal of last year, and the script was done sometime in May of last year, and phenomenal script. Big shout out to Kimani. A lot of people think they're screenwriters, and they're really not screenwriters. Kimani, he wrote a phenomenal script for a first-time writer.
Okay.
Phenomenal script. He hit all his beats, his 3-act structure beats, his turning points, his peak points, everything hit exactly where it's supposed to hit. And we end up doing the deal, getting the financing for the film, casting, everything last year. We started filming October 3rd of last year. And we shot to December.
That's where I met you. I met you around that time.
Yeah, exactly.
You were shooting that film.
Exactly. And we shot to December 21st of last year. So we shot for a couple of months.
Wow.
That's how big the film is.
Wow.
And man, I can't tell you everybody that's in it, but it's a movie you're not gonna want to miss.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Vendetta.
And when that's dropping?
It's gonna drop sometime next year. We got some deals on the table that Kimani's negotiating, and some studios.
Okay.
Not just distributors. These not just little distributors. We got a couple studios that hit us up about the film. They had heard about it.
Okay.
Showed them the trailer, and they was like, okay, we want to do something with this.
Wow.
And pretty much we've been editing all summer. The film will probably be ready in the next couple of months. We fine-tuning everything, doing the colors, doing what we got to do to it. And it'll be ready in a couple of months, along with Cuzzo. So I got 2 movies dropping next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Hands on.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
You got opportunities, man. Would you meet him? When did you meet him?
Like I said, I met him about 17 years ago.
17 years
About
ago.
17 years ago we met. 17 years ago,
man.
So we've been good for a long time.
Man, so you done met a lot of friends in the industry, huh?
I'm gonna tell you something. I done met everybody. Listen, I met a lot of people before they were famous, and just to kind of see where they at now. I'm gonna tell you a joke. I've been with Slip Inside Records since 1998, so I've been on the road. I've been on a lot of tours with them over a 4-year period, and I remember being on the road in the late 90s, and we went into Beyonce, like Destiny's Child.
Right.
And can you imagine meeting Beyonce before she became Beyonce.
Super Pale,
so, and it's like, wow, if I only knew then.
That's huge. That's huge, right?
Yeah, so.
Hey, that's funny how that work, Antoine, right? Because you see, we got a clear idea how we start.
Yeah.
But we don't know nothing about how we gonna finish, man. This journey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing, man. You sit with you, man. You like a goat, brother.
No, man, I'm getting there.
Like a goat, man.
I'm getting there. I definitely done put some time in, and I've been around a long time. I've been around like 2 decades around this business, and you know, I try to maintain my relationships with these artists, and like I said, I knew a lot of them before they were famous. Even Rick Ross. You know, I got a Rick Ross story. I remember I met Ross in the summer of 2001. Never heard of him, never knew who he was. I remember coming into the office because we were working on the Slip and Slide Records. Hey, what's up, Zoe? We was working on the Slip and Slide Records Memorial Day weekend DVD.
Okay.
Summer 2001.
Right.
And I remember walking to the office, and it's Trina's there. She's sitting in the lobby, and I guess she's waiting on somebody. And I remember going in the back, in the main offices, and I see them, you know, talking to this big dude. I don't know who he is.
Right.
I just know he's a big dude. I see all these shirts, because at Slip and Slide Records in the old office across the street from Tootsie's, they had a back room where you got all the records that they're promoting. They have t-shirts, headbands, whatever. And I know I'm going out here to the beach to do my filming. So I just came to get me some headbands, some shirts to represent. I see them talking to this Ross dude, dap him up. And then, like, the next thing I know, like, this is, you know, summer 2001, towards the end of that year, you know, they're doing he's doing the video. I didn't know he was a rapper, you know, but he's doing the video with Trina, Told Y'all to Get Down Now. That was from the soundtrack of All About the Benjamins.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, he rap. And then sure enough, all these years later, 4 or 5 years later, Hustling come out, and he's this mega movie star, mega rap star.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's just amazing watching him in his office, regular dude, to where he is now. And my Rick Ross story is, a lot of rappers rap about, oh, I had money before the deal and all that. Listen, I met Ross summer 01. This is 4 years before Hustling. And this is 5 years before, you know, his first album hit #1.
Right.
And this dude had a Mercedes-Benz. When I met him, he had his own house, he had his jewelry up, he had everything he rapped about before one record came out. I vouch for that.
Wow. That says a lot, bro.
I vouch for that.
No cap.
It's a summer 01. I will never forget.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
See, again, man, you may know how you got an idea how you started, but you don't know what the final outcome's gonna be.
Yep.
As far as the success go, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's super cool, man. So I saw you had Luke on the show recently too.
Yeah, we had Luke on the Trick Show. Pretty much Luke, man. I got Luke's story too. When I was at the same time, I was writing. When I was in my second year of college, I was writing a lot of record labels trying to get on as an intern.
Okay.
Because I wanted to direct music videos, and you know, Luke was one of the first companies called me back.
Okay.
Somebody from his office hit me up. This is summer '98, and got a meeting with Luke. Got to talk to him, and I think at the time, you know, he was just looking for some interns because I think he was just coming off that Luke Records lawsuit. You know, he was starting over.
Right.
And he wasn't paying anything, but he was just, you know, just taking on some interns. And I probably would have ended up with Luke, but then like a month later, one of my letters hit the desk of one of the secretaries over at Slip and Slide Records.
Okay.
And then they hit me back, and they was like, okay, this is what we looking for. We looking for a videographer. We'll pay you. You'll be doing this and that. And I was like, okay, cool. And I ended up going with Slip and Slide Records, and it was like best career move of my life. Shouts to Luke. Me and Luke still friends to this day. It was good chopping up with him on the show the other week.
Right.
But listen, Slip and Slide Records was like the best thing that happened to me in my life.
Wow, man.
One of the best things.
How long were you with Slip and Slide? How many years?
I was with them from probably about October, November '98 till about the summer of 2004.
Okay.
And that's kind of when all the artists started to leave around 04. Trick was there for another couple of years, but all the artists started, like, you know, Ross was starting to do his own thing, look for another deal. And Trey Plus 6, they were doing their own thing. And Trina was still signed to label, but you know, you could tell it was going through one of the Rockefeller moments where everybody's about to get ready to make another move.
Right, pivoting.
Yeah, and so 04, I did the movie Bloodline, which we'll get into.
Okay.
By that time, I had to do Bloodline, and I was directing music videos, so it was time for me to go on my own now.
Okay.
And that's what I did. So I was 04. So I was with them like from 98 to 04, so that's what, 6 years, something like that.
Got it.
Yeah, so
good point in your life.
And shouts to Ted Lucas. You know, he gave me my first opportunity. That's the CEO of Super Slide Records. Okay. He's still like a mentor to me to this day.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Hey, before we get off the slip and slide journey, right? I want to break this conversation though. The reason I'm breaking this conversation though, right? Because people might be heard me tell my story because I was on. You probably had a hand in the Thug Holiday video. Was you
I was going behind it. Which scene? We shot for 2 days.
The toy store in the Aventura Mall.
Okay, yeah, the toy store.
Remember the big dude ran out of the toy store holding the kid?
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
That's right.
My story accurate.
That's
my
right.
story accurate.
And your scene's still in the video.
It is still in there. It made it. So that's what made me feel like
Rick Ross in that video too. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
He at the end.
Yeah. And see, that's what made me feel like, Antoine, to be honest with you, that I supposed to be here. Yeah. And wasn't D-Ray Davis in that video?
No, D-Ray wasn't in that video.
Because he was in the van when I rode to Aventura because I had to ride with my cat.
Okay, but he's not in the video. D-Ray probably hung around that day, but he's not in the video.
Okay. Because he was on the set that day.
He probably was hanging out. It's funny, that same year, it was 02, 03, D-Ray and I, we did a video together with Mr. Cheeks. So, you know, me and D-Ray, we've been rocking since 02, 03. That's the homeboy right there.
Hey, it's so funny how everybody done prepared, man. If this was back, what year was that song? 90 what?
What, the Thug Holiday?
Yeah, what year?
2002.
2000.
I'm good on my dates.
Look where these guys at now, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing, bro, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something, man. D-Ray, like, big shout. Like, he's doing Snowfall, he's doing a whole bunch. He did the barbershop movies. Like, big shout out to D-Ray.
Shout out to D-Ray. I met him in the van that day, man. This back then, I can't really say I ain't know who he was, man. Yeah. But that says a lot, man. Speak on consistency, Antoine. Speak on how important it is to be consistent. Anything you do.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I teach master classes in directing at film festival at the 2 film festivals at the end of each year.
Right.
And what I tell my students is, if you're gonna be in this business, and this is a life lesson as well, like whatever you put your mind into to do, it's not gonna happen right then. You're gonna fall down 10 times. People are gonna tell you you can't do it, you shouldn't be doing it. You're gonna have to stay consistent and do it anyway. You know, you're gonna have to get up out of your bed and go do it until you get good at it or until you get through the door.
Right.
And it's so important. And if it's something you're passionate about, it's really not work. You know, like I said,
agree.
You know, I done been on shoots where I work 7 days in a row. And most people are like, man, I need to have a day off. Like, day off, this ain't even really going to work. Like right now, you know, my man Zoe over here, he'll tell you like this, man, we come here, make this money, we chilling. Like, it's not work to me. Like, I'm here.
Right.
We're gonna get these cameras set up, and I get to fall back and watch a show and get paid, and you know, this is like,
it ain't like work.
This is not work.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree. Hey, balancing. As far as balancing, you got a family life, right? Outside of everything, out of work.
Yeah, definitely.
How's it with balancing? Because I know more lady give me hell sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I didn't tell you was in the late '90s when I did start this '97 this film thing. I used to be married for a couple of years in the late '90s. Because of this business, my marriage did not work. It fell apart. If you're gonna be in this business, and it's not for everybody, if you're gonna be in this business, you're gonna have to be ready to be ready. Not saying it's gonna happen. Be ready to lose your family.
Possibly.
You know, lose the relationships that you have with your significant other, and watching your kids grow up, because this business is gonna take almost every day of your life to get to where you're going. And I'm gonna tell you something. I was married one time.
Okay.
And because of this film business and because of me being away from home, it didn't work. I was in a relationship for about a decade, you know, and it didn't work because this business consumed most of my time.
Right.
You know, I have children, 2 of them that's grown in their 20s. You know, I was always a good, you know, father or good, you know, but I could have been a better dad. Like, I didn't play catch with my son too much because I'm out filming. You know, I didn't spend as much time as I would like with my daughter, my young daughter, when she was growing up. you know, or take it and do girl dad things as much as I would like, because I was always filming and traveling. And we get to do that now as adults. Like, you know, still adult, we hang out all the time, but so you gotta be ready for the sacrifice.
It is.
And you're gonna be successful in this business.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. That's great game. Cause I'm dealing with that now, man, and I feel like I ain't where I need to be at, but I'm getting a little pushback.
You're gonna get that, man.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna get that. I mean, you already there. You got a big fan base.
Hey, I'm trying.
And a successful show, so you getting that.
Yeah, no, let me stop saying I'm trying, because somebody told me the other day, don't say you're trying, say you're doing it.
You're doing it, bro.
You're doing it, man.
You're doing it.
You posted something the other day, man, that really stood out to me, and then I feel like it plays a part in what we're dealing with right now, what we're talking about right now, as far as you invite me over to do this interview. Mm-hmm. You said, I'm looking at here.
Take your time.
Something about to teach the uneducated and give opportunities. Yeah. I put up a post there saying, you know, love it or hate it. You know, my job is to teach the uneducated and give opportunities. Because, listen, you know, everybody you come across, every path you come across, when it comes to people, you're not gonna make everybody happy. And everybody not gonna like you. Even a significant other, she's not always gonna like what you do, because it takes away from time spent with them. Right. And I get all of that. But my mission in life is bigger than just spending time with my significant other or making other people happy. You know, like I said, I got a classroom of kids that I teach every fall, and these kids are from the hood. Right. And they looking for like a new opportunity other than rapping, other than basketball or throwing a football. And, you know, I gotta let them know that, look, you could do this. You could be a creator. You know, you got people on Instagram, you got people doing music videos, and they're making 6 figures. Mm-hmm. Just standing behind that camera, like my man over there, like Billy back there doing his thing. Right. And they making 6 figures. They ain't gotta go to practice and throw football and risk injury. And they ain't gotta play 82 games in a season to get that $1 million. Right. They can stand behind a camera for a few hours, several times a month, 12 months a year, and make $1 million. Right. And it's possible. And that's why it's my job to let them know that they can do this. No doubt about it. You live in proof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Living proof, bro. Man, that speaks volumes, though, Antoine, man. Yeah. Speaks volumes, man. I want to speak on this 2010 MTV 2 award. Yeah. How did that come about, man?
Oh, yeah, easy. But as you know, I've been knowing Ross since 01, so by the time he took off, he had hit me up, and like right when he got his Def Jam deal back in like early 2006, he hit me up about coming on board to help with some content, do some videos and stuff. He also brought a young director on named Spiff. Right. Spiff TV. I know a lot of people don't probably know who he is, but instrumental in doing a lot of videos with Ross in the early days, the little viral small 7D videos. Okay. Anyway, so we did, Ross came to me and was like, look, he had 2 videos he wanted to do. He wanted to do a video he had with John Legend. It was called The Good Life. Right. I think it was off the Triller album.
That was a hot record, too.
Man, listen.
Hot record.
Yeah, The Good Life. So we did The Good Life music video, and I produced, my company, Vigorous Films, we produced the one with Chrisette Michele. Okay. I forgot the name of the title.
Shout out to her. Love her, man.
Yeah. And pretty much that Chrisette Michele video that we did with Ross, listen, even I got to like pat myself on the back. Right. That was a good video.
Yeah, it's dope.
Listen, we had the crank, we had the beautiful house, paid about $7,000 to shoot there one day. Oh my God. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's so much money to be made in this entertainment business. $7,000 to shoot at somebody else's house for one day. For 12 hours, this guy made $7,000.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
So anyway, beautiful house. And man, we had the cranes out there. We had 2 or 3 cameras. DJ Khaled came through. And man, that was a good, really good. I'm proud of that video. We did that in like I say, 09 and January of 09. Both videos were shot back to back over a 2-day period. Right. And I'm very proud of that video. And we ended up winning an MTV2 Gorilla Video of the Year award for that video.
Amazing.
MTV2, not the main MTV, MTV2.
No doubt.
And I'm proud of that.
Walk on the stage and all that?
No, we didn't walk on stage. It's one of them awards where they announced it on TV, but it wasn't no right. It was no ceremony for it. I got you. You know, but I got my award at home, and you know what I'm saying? That's the only MTV award I ever got, but I'm proud of it.
That's a big deal, bro.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
That's a big deal, man. Yeah. Put in your body of work, you know what I mean? 2012, 2016, and 2018 Film Fest winner.
Yep.
Speak on that.
All right. Okay, well, Bloodline was a movie that I did in 04, and it didn't come out till about 07 or something like that. But it was a movie called Bloodline, a sibling rivalry. We had local superstars like in there.
Okay.
We had, you know, my homeboy No Love was in it. Benzino was in it.
Okay.
Marvin Dixon is in it. Like, we had a lot of Miami heads.
Okay.
My man Money Mark from Trade Plus 6, besides Simpleside Records, he in it. Jessica was a supermodel that ended up going to do big things with 50 Cent, Nelly, and all of their big music videos at that time, and end up winning an award for that. I did some films after that. A movie called Fade Away we did with Tommy Ford before he passed away. That won an award at the film festival, and there was another film I did with Fredro Starr and Lark Voorhees. Lark Voorhees was in the Saved by the Bell, the black chick that was on
I remember
TV
her.
show.
Right.
And we did a movie. I don't like that movie, but we did that through Lionsgate, and that won an award at the film festival. So I won a little slew of awards over a 5-6 year period, and I'm proud of those little film festival awards. Those mean a lot. So
you spoke on Screenwriting a minute ago. You're a writer as well.
Yes. The movie Bloodline, I was credited as co-writer of that movie. And the movie Cuzzo that's coming out, I'm a co-writer on there. And I got another project that's in development right now that I'm a co-writer on there. So the writing process is a tedious process.
No doubt.
No doubt. You know, I'm a Pisces, and I can't sit in my chair long enough to be writing 100-page scripts every day. So, but sometimes I do get in my zone, you know, and I do sit down long enough to kind of pen a script, or at least co-write a script.
Okay.
And so I got a few projects that I'm credited as co-writer that's coming out.
No doubt, bro. No doubt, man.
Yeah.
What's next for Antoine Smith, man?
But pretty much, like I say, we got the Trick Daddy show doing real good. We got a couple of deals on the table that we've been dealing with these two companies for some months now. So you'll see the Trick Daddy show like on another level in the next few months.
I see it growing.
Yeah.
Fast rate.
The show is doing good. I got my Boys from the Bottom podcast that I'm executive producer on. Right now, you know, we just did our last episode with Mike Smith, and the show is growing. Our fan base.
How did that come about?
Like I say, the guys I do that show with, we've been knowing each other 30 years. We went to high school together. Okay. And pretty much we said we wanted a show that's based in Miami, with Miami dudes talking about things in Miami.
Okay.
And amongst other news stories that's out there.
Right.
And we decided to do it, and we came to do it, and we're about 5-6 episodes in, and it's doing well. The numbers are looking good. And you know, and we'll be entertaining some deals probably in the next couple of months.
Okay.
So that show is doing real well. I got that. We got another show that we're gonna be doing with Convertible Burt. You know, I got a couple of movies, like I say, in post. The Cuzzo and Vendetta coming out, and I got some other, like I say, some other movie projects in development right now. And I have lastly, I got a project called Selling Single, co-written, was written by O'Damian Miller, which is my writing partner and my business partner. We have a deal with a production company in LA, and they're gonna be funding the film. And we're just in the last stages of the paperwork with that movie, and it's a romantic comedy.
Okay.
And that movie is going to have, we've been talking with Amari Hardwick.
Okay.
We've been talking with Robin Givens.
Dope artist.
We got a lot of like A minus stars in there, and B listers in there.
Right. Is it hard to put your hands on people like that?
I'm gonna tell you something. This is how I get a lot of my big actors. One of my good friends, well, before he passed away, Tommy Ford from Barton. This is like my uncle.
Right.
We was tight. Through him, I was able to get a lot of actors who didn't love Tommy Ford.
Right.
When he passed away, you know, I still had relationships with a lot of the actors that he introduced me to, and I would call them and say, hey, you know what? I think Amari Hardwick would be good for this. Can you reach out to Amari Hardwick?
Right.
And I remember for the Selling Single project, my homeboy Dennis White, big shout out to Dennis L. White, LA White, he called Amari. And Amari picked up the phone and was like, okay, when y'all trying to do this? Like, it was just that easy.
Wow.
So that's how you build relationships. You know, you get next to the man who's next to the man.
Right. That's key. Rule of life, rule of thumb, man.
Absolutely.
Simple as that, bro.
Absolutely.
What's the work week like for you?
Oh man, work week is a 6 day, sometimes 7 day process. You know, every day is something to do. Even when you're not filming, you're still writing for other music videos. I mean, most of my income comes from music videos.
Okay.
But I'm veering away from videos and doing more films in the next couple of years. But even when you're not on the set, you're prepping for shoots that's coming up, or you're writing to bid on other shoots that could be coming up, potential shoots. And pretty much, it's a 7 day process now. Sundays is the day I try to get some rest. Okay. But even on Sundays, you find yourself on your iPad all day. Yeah. You're still texting clients. So, you know, it's a 6-7 day process.
6 or 7 days.
6 or 7 days.
That's a lot.
But it don't feel like work because it's something that I enjoy doing.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know what I mean?
You spoke about rap videos, doing rap videos.
Yeah.
Is it a lot to cook a rap video versus a podcast?
The podcast is easy to produce, but rap videos, rap videos take a lot of work because you got the casting process, you got the location scouts, it's so much to put together a rap video these days. It's easier to do the podcast.
No doubt.
And the TV shows are a little easier to do too. The Trick Daddy show, I do that with my eyes closed. It's a real easy production to put together.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Man, that's dope as hell, man. Man, I want to thank you, brother, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Before I let you go, what do you like to do, man, personally, man? Are you a fisher? What do you like to do, man?
Good question.
On your downtime?
On my downtime, listen, I'm a homebody. So I like to be home, watching Netflix. But when I do have to step out the house, anybody that knows me, I love eating out at restaurants. I eat good.
Yeah, hey, we big dudes.
Yeah. I love eating out at restaurants.
Myself.
I love traveling.
Okay.
And I love watching the ocean. Like that's my thing. I love the beach. Not to get in the water, but I love watching the ocean.
From the balcony, or you want the sand?
Yeah, listen, I gotta watch it up close. I gotta be on that sand. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. Do you do some writing when you out there like that? Or you just be brainstorming?
Oh, boy, you just hit on the nose. I don't do no writing, but I be in deep thought.
No doubt.
I be in deep thought.
Me too. Me too. I tend to think between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. since I'm on Saturday guy.
Yeah.
I tend to think between those hours right there. I brainstorm and I write it down.
I'm gonna tell you something. The best time to really write is those wee hours in the morning.
I agree.
Now, I'm not an early morning dude, but I've gotten up 5 o'clock in the morning to try to finish up a concept that I should have finished the night before. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm flowing at 5:30 in the morning. Flowing. But I agree. That early morning writing is the best.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Man, I want to thank you again greatly, man, for giving me the opportunity, man. And hopefully we'll be able to do it again in the near future.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Man, tell the people how they can find you, Antoine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, I want to thank you personally, for bringing me on to your show. Definitely. Like I said, you've been supporting me, for the longest. And then, you was, from day one of the Trick Daddy show, you was there. So I appreciate you on that.
I appreciate you, brother.
And then you always show love. I appreciate you letting me come onto your platform. And you can follow me on Instagram at Director Antoine Smith. You can follow my business page on Instagram at Vigorous Films. And you can follow my podcast Instagram, which is at Boys From The Bottom. And pretty much big shout out to everybody that support me. Big shout out to my team. I wouldn't even be on the show if these guys didn't make me look good. So big shout out to my whole Trick Daddy crew. Caro, Isaac, Lenny, Bree, Lisa. Big shout out to Corey, everybody who with me on that show, Trick Daddy. And big shout out to my producer Kevin. He hold me down too. And I want to say this too about Trick Daddy.
Okay.
Trick. He's a funny individual in a good way. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he's one of the first celebrity guys I met in this industry. I met Trick when I was working at a grocery store in 1996.
Okay.
I went back in grocery. I think I was working in the frozen food department.
Right.
And this guy was came in. Real quick story. He came in the store looking for this after the Luke Scar video dropped, and he's like a big little celebrity now. He coming up to me looking for some frozen food, some fish sticks. I don't know. And I just told him, look, I remember I seen you on the box. You were on the box, jukebox.
Right.
And I was like, one day I'm gonna work with you. And then sure enough, 2 years later, My first video as an intern I worked on with them was the Nan video.
Right.
We did that December 1998.
Right,
So
right.
2 years later, I was working with him, and he's been instrumental in my career since like 96, 98.
Humble
So about
beginnings.
25 years I've been rocking with Trick. So big shout out to him, Slip Slide Records, Ted Lucas, everybody. Big shout out to my boy Zoe back there.
Straight up.
Straight
up. How you doing,
looking
Mr.
forward to
Zoe?
come onto your platform again down the line
Man,
when Vendetta drop.
Hey, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so-
We can definitely do that, man.
Yeah, so-
Hey, man, this been a dope interview, man,
Yeah.
with Antoine Smith, man, the super director, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all go check us out, man. We out here, we in the building. You done gave me opportunity today, man. I'm very much blessed and grateful.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is the Chop Up Hour. I'm Fat Man. Yo. There it is.
Appreciate it.
This the chopper power. This the chopper power. This the chopper power. This